you that didn't know, we had the past couple weeks. We didn't have one last week because we were all at MLG Raleigh, but the 2 weeks before that, it was just me and myself. And I don't know about you guys, but I think it was a lot quieter and a lot smoother. What do you guys think?
Thunderous applause in the background.
We're going into game. What do we have here?
We are going into game. We have Cloud Kingdom LE.
Oh, Protoss v Protoss.
Yes.
Well, that means
I'll enable the sound.
it's a good thing you got your Protoss caster back. Your star caster.
Well, I mean, since I'm actually above you in leagues in Protoss.
Temporarily.
Yeah. Okay, so, Shrieks, let's introduce some players here. In the bottom left, we have our blue Protoss player, Lag. His ID is...
Chugague.
And in the top right, we have our yellow Protoss player. His ID is...
Kortex.
Okay, so, yeah. PvP. Yes, so welcome back to Pixel. He was out of the country for several weeks. And I think we had actually 2 open tournaments.
Right.
I think both of the first 2, which were at the time PixelNet Opens, we've now, really taken over the AHS name as our casting identity. Yeah, so both of those were PixelNet Opens, and both very exciting.
Okay, so yeah. So PvP, we're gonna have to be careful about the early game here because a lot of PvP ends up turning into some sort of 4-gate early pressure. So we're gonna see pretty quickly actually where this game goes. I think the 2 most common openings are a 4-gate and 3-gate robo, which are very aggressive openings. And map's a medium map. I mean, it's possible to have an early expand, but I'd say at least one of these players more than likely is going to go either 4-gate or 3-gate robo.
I suspect that neither player will early expand simply because of 1, the matchup, and 2, this distance from expansion to expansion is quite short on this map. And there's, a very large opening here. So it's really not a great map for Protoss, I think, to defend expansion on.
Right.
So
it's a small ramp going from the main, so.
Here, both of them are taking gas.
Yeah, so far they're both on the path towards some early rushing. So what's very interesting to note, and the way you could tell, is where the chrono boosts are going. And Kortex has saved up his chrono boost probably for quick warp gates, and also Chugague has saved up some of his chrono boosts. And he didn't, and neither of the players put chrono boosts into their gateways, which is more of an indication of like a very early, like just push out just the scout, but it's really for an expand. So both players playing towards the early aggress, that 7-minute around time.
It might be an expansion build actually. Kortex has a worker down here looking like he wants to expand. There it is. So I'll eat my words now.
Okay. But we will see still a quick 4-gate, or not a quick 4-gate, but at least a quick warp gate out of Kortex.
Ooh. Yeah. Pylon going down in the main.
Does he see it? He does not see it. So that's interesting. Let's see what comes of that. It's going to be funny if you put another pylon down over here or something. Oh, you got me. Good job.
So we have 3 gates so far coming out of Kortex? No, Chugague.
Oh, and found the pylon.
Yeah. So now I think...
So he goes 3-gate robo. We'll see. Well, he just put down a second gas. So I anticipate we'll go ahead and press a little bit.
Yeah.
He has seen that expansion.
But he's going to have to do something because he's going to be pretty far behind economically. He's got no expansion down. The other one put down an expansion in like 40 seconds ago. Not much difference right now in worker count, but that'll change once the expansion finishes.
Expansion has now finished. And he's done 2 extra gates in a robo.
Yeah. So,
So, yeah, go ahead.
I think Chugague was originally going to go 4-gate and then switch to 3-gate Robo once his proxy pile was knocked down, since he knew he wasn't going to proxy his whole army. I'm liking so far Kortex. His position's better. You know, he's got a good defense force building here, and he's got the economic lead by far.
Well, so I think what it's going to come down to is that Chugague is just going to be able to get out an Immortal a lot faster. In fact, it's almost finished than Cortex can. So if he can get there before Cortex can get out an Immortal, which is going to be a while because he hasn't put workers into that second gas yet. Cortex is going to be in a lot of trouble. He may just lose this expansion outright, actually. And he hasn't put any workers down there, which is smart. Because he knows that a pressure build is coming. You know, he's seen that his opponent didn't expand.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be tough. He does have the sentries, and he also has a mostly zealot build, which means the Immortal's not going to do as much damage as it could if it were mostly stalker defense. But it would be nice for him to get his own Immortal out and more zealots out.
I mean, even with the zealots, the Immortal still does a lot of damage.
Right. Here's the problem: is lost his sentries very quickly. So yeah, he may not be able to hold this.
And let's see if there's a second Immortal. Okay, no second Immortal walking across the map though. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a switch there. You can see his gas count is ridiculously high.
Did he use the sentries at all? Did they do anything?
No.
Yeah. I think Chugague just got this. There's no way to hold this. He's only got 3 gates, and he really needed to, I think, to put down a 4-gate, or at least he needed to chrono boost his 3-gate and get those units out quickly, because he had an underpowered army and with no response in time. Yeah. Right. And this is best of 1, right?
Yes.
Yep.
First 2 rounds here will be best of 1s. So Chugague moves on. So let's see if Utilus guy wants to cast his game.
So it was 3-gate Robo against 3-gate Robo Expand.
Yep.
Yeah, very very typical builds, I guess. I mean, that's why it's so aggressive in Protoss. Is you decide to expand, you play fairly, in the middle between expand and early aggress, and you get screwed because you you had those few units that you didn't get.